Question 1. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Before constructing my media product, I thoroughly researched generic forms and conventions of real music magazines. I deconstructed and analysed front covers, contents pages and double page spreads from the music magazines Billboard, Vibe and NME. From this research, I gained a knowledge on ways to use, develop and challenge these forms and conventions. One way I challenged forms and conventions of similar media products was the use of imagery for the main image of my magazine's front cover. In a typical music magazine, the main artist or person in the magazine's front cover will be looking directly at the camera and therefore the audience. This is a form of direct address. This is because the person in the image is looking directly at the audience, which gives the audience a sense of connection between themselves and the magazine. It also helps to grab the interest of the audience and attract them to the magazine. However, I decided not to use direct address in my main front cover image and instead achieve this in another way. I chose to challenge these forms and conventions by making my artist in the photo walk away from the camera and not directly address my target audience. The reason for this being my artist in the main image and the story behind him. The artist that features on my front cover and on my double page spread is an independent DJ from the Isle of Wight. In the image, he is walking away from the camera and through a tunnel. But what this is implying and representing is the artist progressing in his music career. He is entering a new chapter in his career as he is progressing and making that transition from being an independent island-based DJ to a well-known signed artist. Therefore, this main image represents the artist ending a chapter in his career and starting a new one. That was the purpose for the lack of direct address for my magazine's front cover image. In my media product, I have not only challenged form conventions of similar real media magazines, I have also developed and used a few of these in my own music magazine and its house style. In terms of the colour scheme for my magazine, I believe that it is quite similar when compared to other media products. However, in some places, I have used a vibrant colour which will help my magazine product stand out against music magazines and to target my audience. I also believe that it adds a touch of creativity and furthermore makes my media product more unique. Throughout the music magazine industry, the colours red, white and black are commonly used and can be typically seen in many music magazines. These are some of the colours that I have chosen to use for my media product and can be mainly seen in my front cover and double page spread. However, I have used them in a way in which I think will help my media product stand out from others, perhaps on a supermarket shelf for example. As I previously mentioned, I have also used the colour yellow for my media product, a colour that is rarely used in other music magazines. This is because yellow is a very vibrant colour and will stand out against the dark red and white colours in my magazine's front cover. I have used the yellow for the taglines that relate to my artist that is in the main image. As you can see, I have used yellow for the box that displays the artist's name and also for the taglines below. This is so there is no confusion when reading the taglines on my front cover. Note that I have also used yellow in the background for my competition. This is simply so it stands out to the reader and catches their eye. This vibrant colour and its brightness will help my media product stand out to my target audience on a supermarket shelf for example. When browsing through the magazines, the yellow will catch their eye and entice them, drawing them into my music magazine and grabbing their attention as they continue to read my magazine front cover. For my contents page, I have kept it quite straightforward and easy to follow. I have chosen to limit the red and instead go for the colours black, white and grey. This colour scheme also matches my double page spread, which helps my media product look more professional and appealing to my target audience. It is quite common for many music magazines to go for a different colour scheme for their contents page and double page spread, therefore I have also chosen to follow this trend. In the top left of my contents page, I have added a chart list which consists of music that relates to the electronic genre and its subgenres. My target audience being familiar with these genres will know this and acknowledge it. This can also be seen in magazines such as Billboard, where you can see a chart list displayed on the left hand side of their contents page. When deconstructing their contents page, I like this idea as it also helps to keep the audience interested in the magazine. Therefore, I took inspiration from their media product and used it in my own. I also decided to follow other media products and place my features in chronological order in page numbers, as it allows my target audience to quickly and simply find the page and article that they would like to view. I have also used different size font and made certain sentences bold. This is so my target audience can easily find what they are looking for. I've also added a short sentence below my features which lets my audience know a little more in depth what that article goes on to talk about. I have seen many other music magazines use this as it gives additional information to the audience and also helps persuade them to read on further. Lastly, for my double page spread, as I've previously mentioned, I kept the same colour scheme as my contents page so my target audience can see a familiar colour scheme and hairstyle throughout, which helps to add that professional look to my media product. I use columns for the text in my double page spread so it's not overwhelming to my audience when reading. This is very common in many other music magazines. For my images, I have used the same artist as the one in the front cover, as he is the main feature in my media product. The images show him producing music in his studio. The images for my double page spread also challenge forms and conventions. This is because many music magazines place their artist on a black background or another image entirely. However, in my images, I've simply used the same background and image, as I believe if I had edited the background, it would have made my double page spread look less professional in my opinion. To conclude, I believe that my media product not only uses similar forms and conventions of real media products, but it also challenges them as well. This results in my media product having the same professionalism as other similar products. However, I believe my magazine also has a more creative and appealing edge to it, as opposed to other music magazines.